Hello, today we are solving October 2023 paper, question number 2, part C. Calculate the total cost of making one sandwich ready for sale. This is for Costas. He's reviewing the cost of making each sandwich. The correct costs are given below. Okay. So for the given data, we have to calculate what will be his total cost for making one sandwich. Okay, per sandwich we have to calculate. So he says that his raw material inventory, that is it is costing 1.5 pounds for 20 slices he buys. So and he requires at least 2 slices per sandwich. So let's see, for a per slice the cost is going to be 1.5 divided by 20. This is a per slice cost. Okay, but he needs at least 2. So let's calculate this. 1.5 divided by 20 times 2, that is equal to 0.15. So 0.15 pounds. Then he has to do for the fillings. When he purchases 1500 grams, he pays 6 pounds. He requires 100 grams of fillings per sandwich. So let's calculate what is the cost he is paying for per gram. So he is paying 6 divided by 1500 grams. Okay, we will get, this is what is the cost per gram, times he requires 100. So the value is 6000 divided by 1500 times 100. So its value is going to be 0.4 pounds. Okay, so 0.4 pounds. Then packaging, it is 5 pounds for 100 boxes he pays, and he requires 1 box. So what is the cost per box? It's going to be 5 pounds divided for 100. So and he requires only 1 box. So he requires only 1 box. So 5 divided by 100, it is 0.05. So 0.05 pounds. Okay, then let's calculate the labor cost. So the labor cost is going to be equal to making the sandwich. So he is paid at the rate of 9 pounds per hour. Okay, and he takes 3 minutes per sandwich. So let's calculate how much he's going to earn. It's 3 minutes, and he's making 9 pounds for 60 minutes. He is paid at that rate. Okay, and he takes, for per sandwich he is takes 3 minutes, so times 3. So the cost will be equal to 9 divided by 60 times 3. So that is equal to 0.45 per sandwich he will earn. 0.45. Okay, this is the day rate. Then for packing, he's again spending, he's getting 9 pounds per 60 minutes. Okay, for 60 minutes spent, but he is spending only 2 minutes. Okay, so this will give me per minute what is the rate. Okay, this is going to give me per minute rate per minute, and he is spending 2 minutes. Okay, so into 2. So 9 divided by 60 into 2 minutes. So that is, he is getting 0.3 pounds wage. And then we have the overhead cost. So the overhead cost is 1.2 pounds. So let's write, okay, 1.20 pounds. Now let's add up the total cost. So the total cost is 2.55 pounds. So it is 2.55 pounds. Now the next question is, explain the terms day work. Day work means wages paid. Okay, the wage paid per hour will be how many hours worked into the rate per hour, right? So that is the thing we also saw here. Here rate per minute into how many minutes he took to work. So hours worked, okay, into rate per hour. If it is a rate per minute, it will be minutes worked. Okay, he has put in work. Then piecework is going to be equal to wages paid per piece. That is equal to, you will see how many number of pieces were made and the rate that's going to be paid per piece. Now calculate the total cost of making one sandwich ready for sale using the piecework labor remuneration. Okay, so now he has changed the labor remuneration, we can see here. So here, and also there is a change in the cost of raw materials. So let's prepare this one. Okay, there is a change in the cost of raw materials and there is a labor cost paid at the piece rate, and also the overhead is affected. Okay, so with this, let's calculate what is the total cost of making a sandwich as per the piece rate work. So here we can see that the raw material purchase prices, it would remain the same, but there would be a 10% wastage of all raw materials, means I have to require extra 10% more. Okay, so whatever was the cost of raw materials, here we can see that the raw material cost, these three, okay, these were the raw material cost. So let's add up this cost. So 0.15, 0.4 and 0.05. 0.15, 0.15 plus 0.15 plus 0.4, 0.40 plus 0.05, 0.05, okay, and plus 10 percentage. 10% of this value. Okay, it will increase, raw material cost is going to increase by this much. So that value is going to be equal to, so that is nothing but is equal to 0.6 plus, okay, 10% of 10% of 0.6, that is equal to 0.66. Okay, now so 0.66. Next one is a labor cost. So for making the sandwich, here we are seeing that they are paid at the rate of 0.3 per sandwich and 0.15 per sandwich. That is the labor rate. So they have given per sandwich. Okay, because it's a piece rate, we have to just include the this as the cost. So 0.03 per sandwich per sandwich and 0.15. We don't have to worry how many hours they work. It is as per the number of pieces. So you just include directly here the piece, okay, piece rate paid. And then overhead cost, it would reduce by 20%. So the overhead cost here was 1.20. So 1.20, 1.20 minus 20 percentage less 20 percentage of 1.20. So that value is going to be equal to 0.96. So this is going to be equal to 0.96. Okay, now let's calculate the total cost. So 0.66 plus 0.3, 0.15, 0.96, it will be 2.07. So he will incur 0. Costas will incur 2.07, but here he had incurred 2.55. Now calculate the total wage that would be earned by Brett for the period 3 using the day work. So in the period 3, there is a job. Brett is a worker who packs sandwiches. It is projected that for this period 3, Brett will work for 45 hours, including 5 hours overtime at the time and 1/3 During this period, he's going to pack 2700 sandwiches. For the day work, we have to just calculate what is the number of hours he's going to work and what is the rate per hour. So, and how much he will get the remuneration. This when he at this time he is going to be paid for 40 hours. He is going to be paid at the rate of £9 plus. So for the remaining 5 hours, he is going to be paid overtime rate, which is 9 plus time and 1/3. So 9 divided by 3. So at this rate, he is going to be paid. So that value is going to be equal to 360 plus 60. Okay. So 5 times 12. So that is equal to 360 plus 60 equal to 420. Okay, so he is going to be paid at the rate of £420. Now let's see how he is getting paid for piecework. For the piecework, he is going to produce total of 2700 sandwiches. So that is equal to number of pieces is equal to 2700, and his remuneration, the rate per piece, is going to be equal to, he is a packing, he's one who packs, so he's going to be paid at the rate of 0.15. So that is equal to 2700 times 0.15, that is 405 pounds. So he will be paid as 405 pounds if he gets for the piecework. Okay. Now evaluate the possible changes of remuneration from the day work to piecework from the viewpoint of Costas. We can see that when he changes the remuneration from day work to piecework, actually what happens is workers understand simple calculation based on the day. If they are supposed to use a day work, it's simple to calculate, and they know that this many hours they have to work and they get paid this much, and you don't require a supervisor. Okay, supervisor, and probably good quality, because there is no wastage of raw materials, as we have seen. Okay, that there is no over he had indicated that there is an overhead wastage cost, so that will not happen. Okay, here then he says 10% raw material wastage. Okay, would example, can write 10% wastage of raw materials would get reduced. Okay, will not be there. But if he uses piecework, we can say that the profit will be high, from 2.55 to 2.07. The cost is going to become less, because the profit is going to become high, because we had already seen, we had calculated. So if he pays at the rate of day work, he has to pay 2.55. If he pays per sandwich piecework rate, it is 2.07. So a lot of saving and profitability. Then productivity seems to get higher. Okay, they are able to produce more number of pieces, 2700 pieces, and also the quality issues might occur with the product. Okay, when they are trying to produce more, so you might have to hire a supervisor to ensure the workers remain on task. In conclusion, you can just say that the piecework would be more appropriate if you're not worried about the quality. So you just don't have to say this thing, you just say piecework